Good morning. This is Monica, and this is Flosstube Friday, and this is Monica's Stitching Studio. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming back, and I am happy to be back as well. I am filming in my craft room today. It is a mess down here. I'm glad you can't see it. It looks a little bit like there's been a bull in my china shop. It's a mess. But I've cleaned a little area. The lighting is a lot better down here, so I think I'm going to try to film down here. We'll see how it goes. I don't have to worry about the reflection on the kitchen cabinet, and got my dogs locked away upstairs, so not locked away, but they're upstairs and I've got the door shut so they can't bother me or anything while I'm doing this. Anyway, welcome to my craft room. What have I been doing this week? Well, we ended up getting that snowstorm, of course, last weekend, mostly on Sunday. We got like 14.5 inches, and it was blowing and drifting. It was drifted all up around our doors, probably 2 feet. But we shoveled it out, and my husband actually did not go to work on Monday. They shut his job down, and he went back on Tuesday. I got the rest of the shoveling done a couple days later, and we're just about back to normal. We've still got some deep snow, but it's supposed to be melted here soon. Actually, first we're supposed to get another inch of snow this weekend, and then by next week it'll start melting, so that's good. I'm so ready for spring. I do like the beauty of the winter snow, but I'm ready for spring. I like to be outside, and I haven't been outside nearly enough lately. I think it just helps mental health for me because, just being in nature. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I had 3 finishes this week, which is quite a bit for 1 week, but it was all projects that had already been started, so it's not like I did that much, and they're all small anyway. My first one was the Junko, which I told you I was going to stitch over the weekend, and he turned out really cute. A great addition to my bird tree. And there's the back, just some gingham. I like homespun fabric. I have a ton of it, and I love using it on my finishes. Just a little burlap bow and a little cording, and he's perfect, and he looks great on the bird tree. So there's my dark-eyed Junko. I am prepared with my bird facts this week, people. I'll go ahead and do that now because I just showed you the bird. So dark-eyed Junko is also known as a snowbird, which I said that last week, and a lot of you probably know that. They're one of the first birds you see in the winter, and they often appear in flocks in winter storms. They're 5 to 6 inches long, so they're little tiny things. They're gray, slate gray on top and a white belly. As you can tell, I got that on here. Their beak is a pale pink or flesh colored. Their behavior is they like to hop around and scratch on the ground for seeds. You'll a lot of times see them under the bird feeder or just on the ground in the yard. They winter in backyards, in woods, and in fields. They eat seeds, seeds in the winter and insects in the summer. They actually even nest on the ground in the summer. And their personalities, they're very quiet and gentle and non-aggressive. They're known to be like a sweet little bird. They flick their tails constantly, showing that white flash from underneath of their tail, and that is one of their ways that they confuse predators, and they can signal to other Junkos that there's a predator nearby just by the flash of that tail feathers. They sleep all puffed up, which I want to imagine it's like this, like a little puff ball. And I thought this was interesting. The parents will the mom and dad will fake an injury to deter a predator from their nest. They will fake an injury somewhere else away from the nest to draw a predator away from the nest. That is really cute. That's a cute fact. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw in the Blue Jay facts. I had them, I just didn't have them printed. I have them today for last week, and so I'll give you some Blue Jay facts. Blue Jays are in the crow family. They're corvids. They are 9 to 12 inches long, which that's quite a big difference from a junco, which is only 5 to 6 inches long. They're bright blue, white, and black. And their crest raises when they're alert or excited. It sticks up. They're extremely smart, and they have a really good memory. Their diet is nuts, seeds, insects, and berries. Their behavior is they have loud calls, and they mimic hawks. They're very bold, curious, and protective of their nest. They are known to alert other birds to hawks with their call. They're excellent parents. They fiercely protect their nest and their nestlings. They are big and bold, smart and assertive, and that may be why they're slightly known to be a bully to the smaller birds, but it is normal bird behavior just because of their size. They will sometimes eat smaller songbird eggs in nesting season. That's one of the bad things, but nature is not always happy and fuzzy and good. We know that nature can be very sad. It's just part of it. And I think, yeah, they eat smaller bird eggs during breeding season. And that is about it I have for Blue Jays. Yeah, they like to cache food. They will hide it. That's the only other thing I have on here. And then they remember every single place they have hidden food. They're extremely smart. So there's some Blue Jay facts for you. And dark-eyed junco. There is another kind of like a yellow-eyed junco, which I know nothing about. I just saw it on the internet when I was getting my facts. And I'm like, oh wow, I've never seen one of those before. Okay, let's move on to, I'm still in finishes. I finished the junco. I also finished part 1 in Spring Moon Garden. This is a 3-part series. And here is part 1. And like I said last week, these colors are a little bit bright for me, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking it because it's night. I want it to be the illusion of night. That's why I use the dark fabric and the moon, of course. And I just feel like those colors look really good. They are primitive colors, except maybe the purple. And they're popping and they're doing their thing. And I kind of like it. So I don't think I'm going to tea or coffee dunk it. I'm going to leave it like this, even though a lot of my patterns have more muted colors. This one's going to be a little brighter. And I'm enjoying it. So part 2 and 3 will be coming up soon. I don't have them the charts completely finished, but I already know what they're going to look like and everything. I just have to finish up some details and change some colors around. But this is Spring Mood Garden, first of a 3-part series. This one is in the Etsy shop. The other 2 will be there shortly. Okay, and the big finish for this week was March for the SAL. Let me see here. There we go. January, February, March is now complete. And this is a stitch along that I didn't know I was going to have, and then at the last minute I decided to have it because I had people inquiring about it. So I thought, well, it sounds fun, so why not? It is the hashtag monthly moments SAL, S-A-L. And these are the monthly moments. There will be 12, one for each month. There will be a free border provided in my Facebook group, and I am going to try my best to have that in there this weekend. I have been getting a lot of questions. I've had several. I've had 4 different people email me after I released March, wanting to know fabric size. They liked the series, they want to start it, and that's awesome. So I am going to do my best to get that border done. That way anybody that wants to stitch the border first before they start or whatever, they can start now. But this is a fat quarter, so I believe it's 18 by 22 is a fat quarter. They are going to be 3 across and 4 down. By the way, I'm stitching it on Light Khaki by Weeks Dye Works, and it's 32 count, 2 over 2. The border is no more than, so the space that I have charted right now is no more than 25. I think it's either 22 or 25 stitches out. So I don't have it with me, do I? I'm gonna have it this weekend though, so it's okay. But I have the dimensions already figured that you'll need to get your fabric. Please look for that this weekend on my Instagram and my Facebook group if you are interested in starting the SAL. I will have the border ready and the dimensions that you will need for whatever fabric you are going to use. So if there's people that haven't chosen their fabric, I'm going to give you all that information in a day or two. But the border will not be any more than 25 inches out on the top or on the sides, all the way around. So if you have a piece of fabric big enough, you could go ahead and start it. Just try to start at least like 3 inches in from the top and the side, and there will be plenty of room for the border. It could be as little as 20 stitches, but it could be like 25 as well. So I have plenty of room here, and I really do apologize for the confusion for anyone who wants to do this. So I had the idea for these, and I released January, and immediately had people saying, I want to join the SAL. Where do I get the patterns for all the months? And I was like, well, they're not designed yet. I'm going to do 1 a month. And people were saying, is there a SAL? And I'm like, well, I guess there is. I'm starting a SAL. So monthly moments. And, you know, next time I do this, I will definitely have the border and all the dimensions beforehand. But I didn't prepare very well because I didn't know I was doing it. But it's not going to be too late. It is still January for today and tomorrow. So, and these only take a couple days, a week at most to stitch. So you could get 2 of them done probably in, you know, a week or 2 to catch up if you wanted to. But please know that I will have that border done very, very soon. Okay, I'm gonna work on it today, and I may even have it done tonight, most likely tomorrow. Please watch social media if you're interested. But anyway, March is so cute with the clover and the little snail and the little mushroom. I just love it. I have April is already designed. Actually, most of them, they're all already designed, but I have moved around some colors just because I want it to flow. April is so cute too. I can't wait to show you, and I thank you, and I appreciate anyone who is joining us for this. It's very exciting. I love doing stitch alongs, so I'll probably do one every year now. I mean, I just love it. It's so fun. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about, okay, I talked about all the details about the stitch along. A few older patterns that are in my Etsy shop I wanted to show that I haven't shown yet. There's, I don't know, there's probably 10 or so I haven't shown. I just grabbed a few that were sitting around in here in my craft room. This is Wildflower Garden. This one's in my Etsy shop, obviously not finished. I did it 1 thread over 2 on 32 count linen, and it's all classic color work, so I wanted the variegation, and it's really pretty colors. This is one I did last summer and haven't finished it yet, but it's super cute. Wildflower Garden. This one I charted 2 or 3 years ago and still haven't finished it. It is in my Etsy shop as well, and it's just called Fall Mini Sampler. But it's an older one, I think maybe 2022. I was designing every once in a while whenever I felt like it and popping stuff in my Etsy shop, even though, you know, I probably only did 1 pattern that whole year. But need to get it finished. It's super cute. It's got, oh gosh, got a little bow around the crow's neck, which I love. I believe that's all DMC. And this is 28 count Monaco. I can tell by the feel of Monaco, it's very thick. Next, I have Aurora Santa. And please excuse the frame. My dog thought it was a great idea to chew on the edge of the frame. Ridiculous. But there's Santa in the Northern Lights. Love him. That is, looks like 27 count Linda fabric, 2 threads over 2 squares, and it is DMC, all DMC. Yep, so cute. And the last one of mine that I'm going to show you is Scarecrow Bones from last fall. This was one of the first ones I put out. I think he is so cute. Very cute. I absolutely love the little skulls hanging at the top. But this one's in my Etsy shop as well. It was fun to stitch. I love Halloween stitching. Anyway, there's Scarecrow Bones, and that's the last one of mine. And now I'll do from the vault, show you some pieces that I stitched leading up to now. Let's see. There we go. Here's the first one. This is Bloom by Brenda Jervis with a needle and thread. It's got a hummingbird. And this one is professionally framed. Got that done at Fancy Works in Bloomington, Indiana, before they closed. Very sad that we don't have them anymore. The owner of the shop passed away. They did a great job framing. But there's Bloom. And I told you about my hummingbirds last week, so I love hummingbirds. I also have one right here. This is a hummingbird in my mom's handwriting right here from the last birthday card that she gave me. And my blue jay necklace too. Tree Swallow. This is Heartstring Samplery Beth Twist. In my yard, my property's full of these in the summer. I love them. They eat so many bugs. And I love their colors too. That blue is so pretty. Here's an old finish. This is a Mill Hill ornament kit, but I made it into a pillow. It's a mushroom, and there's lots and lots of beads on there. Little pillow. And then here is Garden Gnome by Henzite. I'm not a big gnome person, but I really liked this one. And I'm a gardener, so I thought that was super cute. And this is in a 99-cent Goodwill frame. Sticker still on the back. And last one I'm showing today is, I think this is called A Witch in Her Garden. This is by Brenda Jervis as well, with Thy Needle and Thread. I love this one. I put it in a 99-cent Goodwill frame that I spray painted and then took sandpaper to it. I still feel like I need to darken it a little bit, and I haven't taken the time to do that. Maybe some stain or something, but I really think it's cute. It's on 40 count, so it's small, real small. And I pinned it. Yeah, I pinned it and I centered it. I grounded it on the bottom just to help get it straight. Okay, and that's all my From the Vault finishes. I feel like I'm going really fast again. I don't know how not to do that. Okay, so my plans for this coming week. This week I designed a new patriotic piece, and I absolutely love it, you guys. I designed it one day. It took several hours. I did it in one day though. And when my husband got home from work, he caught me just sitting and staring at it. And I'm like, come over here and look at this. I just designed this today. I absolutely love it. I was just I couldn't stop staring at it. So I've started stitching it. It's a big piece. It's like 150 by 150. It's bigger, so it's going to take a little while to stitch. And I'm actually not going to show any sneak peeks of that one. That one's going to be a secret until I am finished with it. But you guys will be the first ones to see it on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Whenever I decide to post, I may post a sneak peek. I doubt if I can keep it a secret that long, but I'm not going to show it here in the video just yet. But it's just barely started anyway. So this next week I'll be working on my next patriotic piece. I haven't chosen one yet, but I'm going to choose another bird to start for my bird tree. And I'm going to work on that border. I'm doing that today. So for the stitch along, you'll have your border in a day or two. So be looking for that. And one other thing I wanted to share is that if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, I finished decorating my bird tree for Valentine's, like a rustic Valentine theme with all the bird pillow ornaments on it that I have made. And I am going to add a video at the end of this Flosstube so you can see it if you did not see it on other social media. But it turned out so, so cute. So I look forward to sharing that with you too. It'll be at the very end if you stay tuned. Let's see. So I'll be working on the next patriotic piece, the next bird, and the border. And now all I have to do is do the giveaway winners. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So it was a question from last week on tell me how you got started stitching, and I loved reading all of your stories. I commented on most of them, but not all of them. Even if I didn't comment on your comment, please know that I have read it. I have hearted them all. I have read it, and I really enjoyed hearing about all of your stories. So it sounds like most of us started at a younger age, which I think is really, really cool that it has stuck with us all these years. I mean, I think it's meant to be, honestly. I couldn't imagine my life any other way. But anyway, thank you for sharing your stories. And here is the 4 giveaway winners. And if I mention your name, please send me an email to monicastitchingstudio@gmail.com and tell me which pattern from my Etsy shop you would like, and I will email it right over to you. You can choose any digital pattern. So first winner is Tammy Banks 113. Number 2, Doreen Deskins 2141. Number 3 is Nana Stitcher. Number 4 is The Dirt Ranch. Those are the 4 winners. Please email me. And congratulations to you 4. So I'm going to do the same thing for next week. 4 more patterns again next week. 4 giveaways. And I want to know what your favorite season to stitch is. My favorite, it has changed over the years. I've been through phases where patriotic was my favorite to stitch. I love stitching red, white, and blue. I've been through seasons of my life where it was all Christmas all year. Now I think I'm more into fall and Halloween. And you can see some of them behind me here. My witch and my owl from last fall. I love Halloween and I love fall stitching. So super pumped for when that time of year comes around. I'll probably start that early on. But tell me what your favorite, well, it doesn't even have to be a season. It could be, I know that there's a lot of people that just like to stitch samplers or just stitch certain things. Tell me what your favorite thing to stitch is. And I will give away 4 more patterns for next week. Okay, so as always, thank you so much for visiting with me. I must have just flew through all this. It's only 23 minutes, but I wanted to keep the videos on the shorter side. So if you think I'm talking and going too fast, please tell me. I feel like I am, so I'm going to intentionally slow it down a little bit. But if it's seriously too bad, please let me know. I will take any constructive criticism, as long as it's not mean, because you know there's no place for that on here. So all of my information will be in the show notes. My Instagram link, my Facebook group link, my Amazon shop, where you can find a lot of the rustic finishing things that I use. Or if you're interested in making a bird tree of your own, or just a year-round holiday tree like mine, my tree skirt, my bows, my, what else? I don't know, there's the lights. I had a rustic star at Christmas time, but I've taken that off of it. But all of those things are in my Amazon shop, and there'll be a link in the show notes. There'll also be a link to my Etsy shop. If you don't follow me in those places, please follow me there, and I would really appreciate it. And I appreciate you spending your Friday afternoons with me. And I think this weekend I'm going to work on the border. I'm going to clean, more cooking, more cleaning, more organizing, petting dogs, stitching, probably watching football. My husband's a big football person, or sports in general. That's all he watches is sports. I usually, when I get tired of it, put my headphones in and watch Flosstube on my phone. But we're always sitting side by side, no matter if we're watching the same thing or not. But there's only so much sports I can take because I'm not really a big sports girl. But it makes my husband happy, and I like to cook for like all the big games and stuff, so I tolerate it as best I can. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye, friends.